Hello and welcome to the CNBC TV18 Edge AI studio here in Bharat Mandapam, and we're bringing you this conversation in partnership with Qualcomm. Now, our focus now on ServiceNow, which is offering enterprise solutions for workplaces all across the world. They've got a big launch coming up on the 26th of February, and joining us to speak about the company's plans for the year 2026 is Amit Zaveri, the President, Chief Product Officer and COO of ServiceNow. Amit, thank you very much for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Parikshit.
So
Great.
how does it feel to be here? And from ServiceNow's perspective, what are some of the conversations that you're looking to have at the summit?
First, an amazing event, by the way. I was walking around, the energy level and the amount of innovation and the conversation going on. It's great to be here. From ServiceNow perspective, we've always been about how we help people do well with products, right? So we've been building this idea of automation, improving how you do efficient business and integrating different systems together and get value out of the investment you made and make yourself much more operationally efficient. So ServiceNow has been talking to many customers here in India, and the growth rate has been amazing for us because we've been able to help them, their transition to AI as well. Right? So we have built this AI platform which allows companies to automate their business, get much more insight, and be able to control AI as well, right? So we have the AI control tower, which allows you to do that. So that's the conversation we're having.
Okay, and now in terms of deploying CapEx, what's the plan in terms of investments? What are the kind of solutions you'll be investing in the most, and how much of this goes towards upskilling?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing we've been doing is, of course, taking a platform. We have a platform approach. Our platform has been invested for many years. We are the number one workflow platform, right, with AI built in. So IT services for service delivery. The areas we have grown into, especially for employee engagement, for example, the whole employee experience, CRM, finance, supply chain, and procurement, how you automate that businesses, and security. That's a huge new growth area opportunity for us. We've crossed $1 billion in that business. So our investment is going towards areas where customers believe we can provide them the best solution, and we can help them really be much more effective on one platform kind of approach. So they don't waste time having to build, restack every time new things come along.
All right. Could you also tell us about the launch that you have on the 26th of February? What kind of solutions will that bring to the market?
A couple of things. So one of the biggest things we've been doing is something we call autonomous workforce. How do you take all the things humans have to do, the mundane tasks daily, right? So when you get an issue, you ask for help. How do you now resolve that issue for IT-related stuff, or HR-related stuff, or finance-related stuff in an automated fashion? So we have autonomous employees, we call it, or AI specialist. So level 1 agent can be complete task is done without any human interaction. And that's a big part of the solution we're launching on February 28th. Second thing we're doing is the employee engagement. So employee, whenever they need any help inside the company, they have to scramble. They have to go to different sites and different things. We're bringing it together into much more structured way using the employee engagement product we have built, we call Employee Works, which is a combination of what we got from MoveWorks and what we were doing with ServiceNow. So that's really the big goal we have for our launch on February 28th.
When it comes to workplaces all across the world, which is the biggest disruption we're going to see in 2026?
I think it's the ability to do a lot of automation. A lot of people talk about automation for many years, but do this thing using AI as the technology foundation where you can get information faster, but do it in a deterministic way so that you know what the result is given to you is guaranteed. So the biggest disruption is, can I really use this AI products, but make sure I am effective not as an employee, but also at enterprise level. So that's the big disruption now happening at companies. They say, I can make you productive individually. Does it help my company? I'm not sure many times. What we're bringing is the idea that can I give productivity at the enterprise level, not just at the employee level. And that's the change in game.
Right. Now, in terms of making sure that the offerings that you bring to companies to streamline their workflows are based on a safe and trusted infrastructure, the guardrails, how are you ensuring that? And what are some of the pillars, some of the values that you focus your applications on?
No, I think you have nailed it. I think the biggest problem right now with some of this technology coming out, especially AI, is the security element. Trust, safety, compliance, regulatory things, and making sure you have control. So the way we've been doing that, we have a product called AI Control Tower. We launched last year. It's one of the fastest growing product for us because every customer I used to speak to, they're worried about adopting AI because they don't know what's going on, how to control it, how you have visibility. So we have been built that into our architecture. We have 20 years of workflow data. So we know what the true outcome looks like, what good looks like, making sure that data doesn't leak, but also making sure AI agents are not doing something harmful. So we recently also announced an acquisition of a company called Veza, which does non-human identities. So when you go now from human to AI agents, or even physical AI, you need to make sure those things are protected and you are giving the right roles and privileges, and there's governance layer built in. So that's part of our stack. It's really, security is built into the stack. So every time you use our platform, it automatically comes with all these capabilities you don't have to deal with yourself.
And how do you plan to scale up in the India market? What are your plans for India?
So
In terms of hiring and in terms of expansion?
India has been one of the biggest growth engines for us, right? I mean, we have a very large engineering presence here. So I have close to my 50% of R&D happens in India, building full products. So that has helped accelerate a lot of the adoption of our products inside India. You look at banking sector, you look at what we're doing with telecommunication, we're doing that with public sector as well, healthcare, retail. A lot of big customers out there are using things with us. Similarly with system integrators like Cognizant and Wipro. They've been a big partner of ours to taking our products and allowing it to be adopted across India as well. We also investing a lot into this multimodal, multilingual capabilities. So we can support multiple requirements inside India. The scale is so important here. So we learn from that. We make our products very scalable for Indian market. And our investment continues to grow in India, and we're very bullish about what we can do here.
And finally, what do you think India's position would be in the AI developments taking place? And what can India offer to the world?
Yeah, I think India is going to be in the forefront, no doubt. I mean, this summit is a good example of who's of the world are here because they believe India is going to be the biggest market segment. Second, a lot of innovation is happening here. Right? As I said, we have a large engineering team here who's building a lot of AI capabilities. I think the understanding of security, the privacy, the compliance is very well in the mindset here, which is the right way to think about it. Instead of taking AI and losing control, before AI controls you, you have to control it. And that, I think, is the value here in India for us, and we continue to learn and continue to invest.
All right, thank you very much, Amit, for joining us, giving us your view on how ServiceNow is changing the way workplaces function and some of the disruptions we could look at in 2026. Thanks once again for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So that was Amit Zaveri of ServiceNow in conversation with CNBC TV18.